Hello friends, Tony here, welcome. In this video I'm going to see now a new option which we have with Laravel 12 for authentication, which is the AuthKit from WorkOS. And you can go and read the documentation. So if I go to starter kit and just search for AuthKit, yeah, we have here AuthKit. So let me just zoom it a little bit for you using WorkOS AuthKit authentication. So by default, the React, Vue, and Livewire starter kits all utilize the Laravel's built-in authentication system to offer login, registration, and so on. But we also offer the WorkOS AuthKit powered variant of each starter kit that offers the social authentication for Google, Microsoft, GitHub, and Apple, passkey authentication, email-based, Magic Auth, and SSO. Using WorkOS as your authentication provider requires a WorkOS account. WorkOS offers free authentication for applications up to 1 million monthly active users, and I think this is for right now, because in the future it's going to change that, I am pretty sure. Then we have to use WorkOS AuthKit as your application's authentication provider. Select the WorkOS option when you create a new starter kit powered application via Laravel New. And yeah, we need the WorkOS client ID, API key, and redirect URL. And here we have the example. Also configuring the AuthKit authentication method. So when using a WorkOS powered starter kit, we recommend that you disable email and password authentication within your application's WorkOS AuthKit configuration settings, allowing users to only authenticate via social authentication providers. So just if you use this, the users who is going to be logged in or registered in your machine needs to have at least Google or Microsoft, GitHub, or Apple accounts, because Laravel suggests to disable the email and password authentication. Now configuring the AuthKit session timeouts, but in addition we recommend also that you configure your WorkOS AuthKit session inactivity timeout to match your Laravel application's configured session timeout threshold. Okay, and that's it. Let's open the terminal, which I have right here. I'm in the herd directory, and let's create a brand new Laravel project. Laravel new, I'm going to name it AuthKit. Let's choose React, but it's not the problem. In this video I'm going to show you just how we can create a WorkOS account and add authentication in our Laravel project. So let's choose WorkOS here now and paste. Let's create the project. Okay, and yeah, by default Laravel 12 choose the SQLite database and create the file for you, and also run the migration. But I'm going to choose MySQL, because I had a comment on YouTube why we don't have the option on Laravel 12 to choose a database. Now let's open this with the VS Code. And here I'm going to open the .env file, and first let's change the MySQL here as a database. Okay, so on the DB connection, just update this with MySQL, and here you need to pass the DB host. In my case is this one, port is this, database name is Laravel, username is root, and password is empty because I use DB engine. And let me just run the PHP artisan migrate. So PHP artisan migrate or migrate fresh. Okay, and yeah, now let's go back to the browser, because we need to create a WorkOS account. So I'm going to open the WorkOS here, and we can go to sign in, and we need to sign in with Google. I'm going to sign in with Google here. Okay, so here I am, and let's go and see. What we need is the client ID, API key, and the redirect URL. And if I open the VS Code, we have here the WorkOS, and by default the redirect URL is localhost 8000/authenticate. Okay, and let me just run the composer composer run dev here to work with the localhost 8000. And now let's update the client ID and the API key. So if I go to API keys, I am logged in and we have the client ID. Now let's copy the client ID and put this in here and the secret in here. Okay, after that, let's go to authentication, or let's go to redirect. Let's open the localhost 8000, not 3000, but 8000 here. And yeah, we have the project. I'm going to zoom it. We can go and click on login, and we have the invalid redirect URL because we need to add also the redirect URL. So go to redirect URL, and it's going to be localhost 8000/authenticate, the same thing we had on the .env file in Laravel. So click add, and I'm going to close. Let's come here and let's go back. Let's refresh, click on the login, and yeah, we have this now. Okay, we need to log in with Google or Apple or GitHub. Let's continue with Google, and as you can see, we are authenticated here. Now here we have settings. We can just update the name and nothing else. Let's go and sign out, and yeah, we have the error because we need to add the homepage URL. Now app homepage URL not found. So let's come here and let's go on the authentication, because we need to set up a user management. Let's click here because right now also we need to disable this email and password what the Laravel recommends. So we recommend that you disable the email and password, and let's go and set up the user management. Okay, you can change here the things, but I'm going to leave it like this. Continue, 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 and activate user management. And now we have one user. But what I wanted to show you, let's go to authentication, and now we can disable the email and password. But also if I go to redirects, we have the sign in callback, which is the authenticate, and now we have also the add your homepage, which is going to be, let me just copy this and paste it right here and remove the authenticate, click save. Now if I go to localhost again, we can log in with Google, and we are authenticated. Now if I click logout, we are directed back to the localhost. Now we need also to disable the email and password what the Laravel suggests here. So let's do that. Let's go to authentication, email and password, email plus password, and disable this. Save changes. Yes, we had one more, I think, here. Configure the AuthKit session timeouts, and let's see where we have the session. We have session here, configure, and inactivity timeout. Okay, so session inactivity timeout to match your Laravel application's configuration session timeout threshold, which we are going to find in the .env file. And we have here the session lifetime, which is 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. And let's do the same thing in our AuthKit WorkOS. So let's choose minutes and choose 120. Click save, and we are ready to go. Let's go and log in. Click this. We are authenticated and we can log out. Here now you can view your users. So if I click here, you can see all the users you have. Okay, friends. Now one more thing I wanted to show you is we have a different table when we choose the WorkOS different users table. So if I open the users migration here, we can see we have name, email verified at WorkOS ID, avatar, and so on. Now let me just go here. I'm going to terminate this and I'm going to cd back, and then I'm going to cd, let's choose a React stack, and I'm going to open this with a new code editor. And now if I search for users also here for the users migration, let me just zoom it, we can see here we have the defaults Laravel with name, email verified, password, and remember token. Instead, when we choose the work with WorkOS, we have this email, name, email verified at, and WorkOS ID, which is unique, and also the avatar. Okay, friends, that's it all about this video, what I wanted to show you. Now, if you like such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much.